the councils. When you look at the entire Council of Nicaea may not have needed to exist if Arius never attended, or if what's his name, or if Abu Bakr never existed, or it's like the same. It's the same idea.
Yeah, that's complete horse doo doo, like through and through
I
and
know that
through,
the
like
council.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank
No,
you,
no, no, no,
Char.
no, no.
Thank you, Char.
Allow me to respond. Allow me to respond. Dude,
Please let
don't
Char
make me
respond.
mute
Let Char
you.
respond.
Don't make me mute you. Don't make me mute you. I'll count to three. Do I need to count to three? You can. Yeah, like
Let Char
I'm
speak. Let
talking.
Char speak.
I'm
Let Char
talking.
speak.
Yeah, don't interrupt me. Right? Like you're completely full of crap. Right? Like you know what the difference between the councils deciding which texts are canon is that I can show you the texts that are and aren't canon.
I came into the call once, and so hypothetically, I came into the call once, and I was asking Peripheral who wrote Daniel, because I don't think it's clear who wrote Daniel. If there is a non-believer considering Christianity, who, when I'm asking genuinely intellectual questions about something that's important to me, and that person is led astray, would you call that satanic?
Well, like,
I mean, I think I described it accurately, right? If your need to for self discovery, whatever that may be, like leads you to get into conversations that would convince others that
So yes.
that are yeah. Well, Bubba,
It sounds like you're trying to say that if my brain doesn't exist, then I can't trust it. That's what it sounds like.
No. I'm saying, since you have a mind which it presupposes that the universe is intelligible and understandable, you assume logic, right? It's a foundational presupposition of axiom of human thought. Before Descartes says, "I think, therefore I am," he's presupposing logic. So when you're presupposing logic, you're presupposing a metaphysical property of the universe which is unchanging and universal. Now, what best explains that? That it came from a transcendental mind, or that it...
You know the reason why I had a big ego stroke on this fucker God is dead over here? It's because he was interrupting me the entire time I was speaking. He was being a bitch.
Oh, okay.
Deserved it.
All right, damn.
Yeah, you always get.
I think that your subjective morality determined that it was okay for you to do that to him.
We all busted not to ball.
And it conditioned me.
Yeah, there you go. See, now you're getting it. Isn't the objective moral law that you should be following is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself? Why did you just tell him to go fuck himself?
Because I think that was loving. I define it as loving.
Yeah,
that's my preference. I like vanilla better.
Intention.
Okay, Grizzly. So if my mind is inebriated enough, that means that I can't be held responsible for my actions?
Looks like it, yeah.
So if I drunk raped a girl, I wouldn't be responsible?
Of course, inebriated is even worse. Of course, inebriated. Of course, you can.
Glory to God. Maybe you can help Bubba out. He's actually recently left Christianity, believe it or not.
He was never Christian.
Alright. So it says to love the Lord thy God. The most important commandment, Jesus says, the number one commandment. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and strength. And if you do that, then you're going to do what is right by God in all circumstances.
For the record, the place that Jesus says that he came to fulfill the law was Matthew 5:17 through 20. And let's work with some definitions. When he says to fulfill, what that would mean is to bring to a completion. I'll get to what that means. And he didn't abolish the law. He didn't put it to an end. But, however, what it would be doing is to make it outdated or obsolete. So, what Andy Stanley says is that Jesus did not abolish the law when he fulfilled it, but he made it obsolete. Now, what's the difference between those things? Verse 17 says that Jesus says that he came to fulfill the law. He was teaching the people how to properly keep it. And at the exact same time, Jesus' resurrection is going to make this law obsolete. What do I mean by that? Verse 18 shows that Jesus says that the law is going to remain relevant until heaven and earth pass away. And then, right after that, he says that, we don't know the day that heaven and earth will pass away, which is what that means. So, the law will never truly ever pass away. And now, I'm almost there. Verse 19, Jesus explains that any person who keeps and teaches the law should be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's why it's not completely abolished. So, finally, verse 20, Jesus says that they the way that you have been taught by the Pharisees and the scribes is wrong, and the way that I'm teaching you, Jesus, the Lord your God, is the correct way, and I am also keeping it at the same time throughout the actions of my entire life. That's the... And for the record, I'm impressed that it took the non-believer in Christianity to have to explain that, but... That,
you told me, are you supposed to uphold the law of Moses, yes or no? Don't give me no BS answers.
I didn't give you a BS answer. Did you not like my answer when I explained
That's
it in
what
full?
you told me to do.
Bro, Tyler.
I said that.
Matter,
Yeah, it
bro.
doesn't.
It's
It
in the
doesn't. I
past.
agree. It
Stop
does.
talking
I
about
agree.
it.
It doesn't matter,
Hey,
but
literally, we're literally
It
above
does
that.
matter. You're
We're on the
slandering my God.
I just gave the perfect
Yes, he
explanation
fulfills
as to
all
the
of it.
question that I asked.
I know, but the point I'm making is that you're saying that we're incapable of giving a proper answer. When you wouldn't, in your format for the question, allow me to give you the answer that you just gave me.
I did.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
You could have
We're
given the
above-
answer that I gave
that's
you,
like
and it was fine. You said that you
in
had
the
a. You
past.
said, Tyler, that you had a brain fart, and I said I'll explain it for you. That's exactly what happened.
I did have a brain fart. I'm not gonna lie. But,
I hope I got that on clip.
That's because I'm trying to form it in a weird way to fit the precipice of your question.
You could have said yes or no, and it still would have been... I think before you even answered me, someone else, I think it was Rabbi, said fuck no or fuck yes or some shit, which caused you to have a brain fart, and then it caused me to answer the question correctly, and I'm not even the fucking believer in the call.
If you have abandoned any kind of epistemic foundation that the Bible, God, or Christian period gives you, then really you're just on here trying to make an excuse, telling us your preferences. And I don't see why we should like give you any kind of ground.
The reason
That's not true.
The reason that I am here, Pedro, is because I want to be a theist, but I don't believe you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Why do you think? Why would we believe you want to be a theist?
Wouldn't you want me, regardless of why you think I would want to be a theist, wouldn't you want me to be a theist and believe in Jesus Christ?
No, it's not. It's not me. Watch this. See, the Bible explicitly states that anybody who is not a Christian is in fact
An adversary.
Well, I think then we're gonna get back to you trying to tell me what a soul is on your view, and then if it doesn't reduce down to some brain state,
so
I'm just gonna again say that it's akin to a robot being programmed.
And I'll do both. I'll explain again why a person is not a robot under determinism. It's that we are not robots. The thing that separates us from robots is that when a robot pushes a person into traffic, the robot doesn't have the want. It's just programmed to do so. However, a human being under determinism, that's the way I've described it, still has the desire, it has the want, it has the intention to push and kill the person, which is morally bad, morally evil.
Yeah, but I granted all of that.
Yep, the robot doesn't have any morality, doesn't have any want, any desire. It's just a robot.
I granted all of that to you.
Yep, and the other thing is,
yep,
you were asking for how I define a soul. It is the vehicle, more or less, that contains everything that is immaterial about us. That's a strong reason why I'm not strictly a materialist, is because our consciousness, our wants, our will, our desire, our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our what else is contained within the